Now, TC Roberson came from out of state to win the Forest Acres Classic. Dorman got the third place. And by the way, that was over Indian Land and Hal Bagwell, who just picked up his 600th victory just over a week ago. So it was a great showing for Indian Land. Dorman beat Miller, the Miller School, in the third place game. There you go, 6-4. And, of course, I got to see Dorman. I got to see River Bluff and some of the great players there. Rob, you took in a lot of it. We're going to have Corey Welch from Diamond Prospects. But tell us just your sense of what you saw there at Forest Acres.
The biggest thing that stuck out to me, Smitty, is the level of competition. 15 games, through 15 games, there were 11 one-run games and I think 5 walk-offs. It was incredibly, incredibly competitive. In fact, one of the games that I attended was Indian Land and Airport, Indian Land and Lexington. And I had to leave a little early, and Indian Land was up 7-1. This is the only game they lost. It was a walk-off 11-10 victory for Lexington later on that afternoon. So just when you think things are under wraps, they turn around and go the other way. I was able to see AC Florida. Everybody in bracket A. I think I saw everybody but TC Roberson, who won the whole thing, and River Bluff. So 6 out of the 8 teams I got to watch, and it was just high level baseball across the board. I was so impressed, game after game after game, how competitive and engaging it was.
And look at that championship game. TC Roberson 6, Indian Land 5. You know, Coach Backwell's club, they don't like to lose. And I think that's what that was about. You said how competitive the games were and the comebacks. And it's, I think, due in large part to the fact that these aren't teams that are used to losing, that they kept rallying and fighting. And, you know, they're gritty clubs. They're teams that are used to competing for state championships. Miller School, that was the school we were telling you about last week that Billy Wagner coaches. That is the Hall of Fame reliever. And they got knocked off by Dorman there in the third place game. I got to see Dorman and River Bluff. That game came down to the end. Dorman walked it off against River Bluff. Dorman had gone up early, I think like 4-0. River Bluff comes back. River Bluff bunted 4 or 5 times. So that's what you're talking about when you said how competitive the games were. Teams were doing whatever it took and executing, you know, running the bases hard, moving runners ahead, and coming up with clutch hits. I mean, it was a fantastic scene. It was a great setting. And a lot of great baseball people were there and a lot of great young baseball players. For the glory of a 4-quarter Friday.